Good morning, everybody. This is Thursday, and I'm calling it Thirsty Thursday. A friend suggested this. Now, last week was Thankful Thursday, but Thirsty Thursday, I'm sure lots of you will be thinking, oh, she's going to be talking about drink, and I know a lot of you might be turning to the Prosecco or the gin or other things. I'm not actually. This is a different take on thirsty. I am looking at thirsty from both a negative and a positive point of view. So, from the negative point of view, I was thinking about there's lots of people who have a thirst for power, like bullies. Now, I know bullies do this because they're insecure, but it's on saying that to you, if you're at the end of the bully, if you're the victim, then really it's a horrible situation. But there are people who want to have power, so that's a thirst for power. There's also those who have a thirst to control or a thirst to dominate. There's also a thirst for greed. Now, we've seen that, I think, in these challenging times, what brings out the best in people also brings out the worst in people. And we saw that with the greed of people, just emptying the shelves in the supermarket, panic buying. I mean, it's just ridiculous. People not thinking about others. On the other hand, we have people who have a thirst for the positive side, the positive thirst. That's a thirst for kindness, a thirst for helping people. And we've seen lots of that in this time as well. Not just from the heroes, the National Health Service, or the emergency workers, or the frontline carers, the frontline workers who are doing a fantastic job. Not just from them, but from others, from neighbours, families getting together, people helping each other. And it's wonderful to see. They do say that in difficult times, people just rally round together. And that's a wonderful thing to see. But we also have to be thankful for that. And I think that the thankfulness or the gratitude that we have can be for many things, not necessarily material things. Obviously, if you're able to have money or be able to continue working, that's fantastic. But there are lots of people who can't. And it's interesting that we have to think of the non-material things. If you have your health, be thankful for that. There are so many who don't have that. If you are safe and feel safe and secure, be thankful for that, because there are many who are not. And we know that in a lockdown, there's been an increase in violence and domestic violence. And where do these people go? I mean, they say, yes, there's help out there, but the help actually is concentrated in those who have the COVID-19 virus. And our staff are overwhelmed. The NHS staff and the emergency workers are overwhelmed at this time. So another thing that we've got to think about is we have clean water. Now, there's lots of countries don't have that. And pollution is down as well, so perhaps the air is fresher. I mean, some would say that this was the earth telling everybody to stop. We need to consider more than just ourselves, more than just material things. Although we do need that to live, and there's a worrying time for people who have small businesses, people who are self-employed. I feel for the acting community, the singers, the photographers, all these people who rely on others for their income, and they have to be out and about and maybe can't do that now. Now, there's some singing people who are singers are offering their services online, and you can join in some of their concerts, and some are absolutely amazing. And I'm not talking about famous people, but I mean everyday people. There's families getting together to sing. It's absolutely wonderful. So I was thinking that you have to have a strong thirst, means to have a strong desire for something. And what I want you to concentrate on is a strong desire on the positive things. And one of the main things is, and I've constantly said this in all my live videos, is to have a strong positive desire to change your mindset. And the power of a mind is just unbelievable. I think we don't realise how important it is. Now, physical exercise and eating well, if you can manage to get to the shops and people are delivering fruit and veg, some of the small businesses are turning what, instead of having, say, a restaurant and people coming in, they've turned that around into helping local communities that they can go and pick up. Some of them are even delivering to homes boxes of fruit and veg. So that is wonderful. But physical exercise is also important. Morning, everybody. I see Stefan's on and Nikki as well. Thank you. It's a wonderful thing. I laugh because my children are actually quite keen on physical exercise. And of course I laugh, so am I. I go my walk, that's fine. But I imagine I do all these physical exercises. So, and I did read somewhere, don't have the research, not sure, but I did read somewhere that actually, if you imagine that you're physically working out, you can actually improve your muscle tone. So that suits me fine. So I can just watch all these people carrying out all their exercises. Some of them are really quite extreme, but I just close my eyes and visualise that I am imagining I'm in that gym and I'm working out as hard as anyone else. And then, of course, I come to open my eyes and I feel much better. So in these challenging times, we have to look for all the best. In fact, somebody posted up, I think this morning, I think it was Karen, which was lovely. She said that be a rainbow in someone's cloud. I thought that was a lovely thing. And I can't miss out speaking again about my lovely Irish friend Dave, who posted up. Now, it was a poem by Robert. It's Bro, but it's spelled Brault. And he's often confused with the chap Robert Bro, another Bro, but Breault. And he's a United States opera singer. But this Robert Bro, Brault, he's a freelance writer. And he wrote, in fact, Dave posted it up this morning, that enjoy the little things, because you'll look back and realise that they were the big things in life. And that's quite important. So all the little things just now just add up. I noticed also that I was reading about Vogue. I think they're making their cover for the first time white, just pure white. And it's not because they didn't have lots of images they could post up, but they particularly used white. Colours are very important. I like colours and all sorts. Often think of the different colours of the rainbow. And I'm going to finish today with what I call my golden sunset meditation, which I think helps look through the colours. But Vogue said they chose white because white it represents rebirth. It represents light after darkness. It represents a space and time to reflect. And if we have a moment, which can be difficult when we're all in lockdown and there's families all together, it can be very difficult to maybe find your own space. If you can do that, if you can even lock yourself in the bathroom or the toilet just for a minute or two, then you have space for yourself just to take a deep breath and keep yourself calm. It was interesting. I remember years ago, I was reading about, I think it was an American family, and they always come up with some wonderful ideas, but they said that they used to try and take themselves off, and they had young children, but they taught the young children that if they put a ribbon round the handle of a door, that they hadn't to be disrupted at that time, which is quite interesting. I'm not sure whether all children would abide by that, but I think that when we're locked down in the house with children, this is a time where we can maybe help our children to understand that there are boundaries, that we have boundaries. I think it is also a time to help children reflect that they have to be responsible and accountable for their behaviour. We've gone on so long now for rights. Everybody talks about the rights. I have a right. I have a right. I mean, we know we've got rights, but when I'm talking particularly to people in organisations and the employees, when they say, I've got a right, I shouldn't have been treated this way, that's fine. They maybe should not have been treated that way, but they have to consider that along with rights come responsibilities and accountability. And I think that's very important. We've forgotten that. So maybe this is a time when we're in the house with our children and you're working from home and they're clambering over your computer, or you're having to work at night and play with them during the day, even very young children, they can learn from an early age that mummy or daddy or the carer, we need time. And you can set them aside a wee task and try and let them do it on their own rather. So this is a time, I think, for us all to reflect. Also, white to me is like a blank sheet. It's a blank sheet waiting for a new story to begin. So use white, think of white as a sheet that you can start your own new story, and be very, very positive with this. Now, I think that we should maybe, what's the other thing I was going to say? I think there's safety and health. I've talked about all the things we've got to be thankful for. In fact, just on the funny side of it, on the thirsty from drink point of view, I did read that somebody had spent their 10,000 nectar points, I think, on buying a week's worth of gin. I don't suggest that. I don't recommend that. I think keep that to a limit. But have a strong desire to do something positive, to think positively. So what I want you to do, and I like kind of ending with these ABC core techniques. And I've said before, I'm going to set a challenge, I think, and perhaps from the end of this month, that everybody does the ABC core techniques, and for them to become a good habit, which will make you feel better. Any habit needs to be repeated regularly. We all know that from bad habits we have, whether it's biting fingernails or smoking or other things that are detrimental to our health. We know how easily we can create these bad habits. I want you to create a new good habit. And the new good habit is the ABC core techniques. Now, for today, since we're talking about a thirst for something new and to be grateful and have a gratitude list and be thankful, our affirmation, remember, it should be the 3 Ps. So it's got to be personal, it's got to be positive, and it's got to be present or past tense. Never future. Don't think I'm going to do this in the future. You might never get round to it. So a positive affirmation for today. I wish this was interactive. Maybe it is. People could maybe write something that they think's their affirmation. For me, for today, it would be, I am grateful. I am grateful. So that's personal is the I, the present tense present tense, the verb am, and grateful. So be grateful for anything that you have that is positive to you, and think of all the poor souls who maybe don't have these things. So I am grateful. Now, while you're saying that in your head, you don't need to say it out loud, then you should be doing your effective breathing. And remember, we're not lifting our shoulders for the breathing. We're actually, effective breathing is to bring in as much energy into your body as you can. So you're breathing, when you breathe in, it's from, you have to push out your tummy, push out the diaphragm. So now I didn't move my shoulders, but I'm breathing in through my nose and kind of pushing my tummy out. That's effective breathing. And then out through the mouth. Now that's a really good exercise to do. So while you're in your head saying, I am grateful, you're breathing in. And if you can hold it, breathe into the count of 3, hold it for the count of 3. And I just had to catch there, see Dave, my friend, Irish friends on, lovely with all his positive poems and positive speech, positive sayings that he posts up. I think that's wonderful. So we have to be positive at this time. So anyway, affirmation, I am grateful. Your deep breathing. And then what I thought, I've got it somewhere, I think, just to remind me what I might say, because I want to stick to something that sounds quite good. Have I got it? I think I'd like to do sorry about this. In fact, actually, I've got a wee exercise there. All right. I don't know if you want to try this, but if anybody who's watching or who listens to this, if you want to choose a number between 1 and 7, you might all choose number 1, you might all choose number 3, doesn't matter. If you choose a number, 1 anything between 1 and 7 and you want to private message me that number, then I'll tell you what you should be working on to help you feel better about yourself. It's not a trick, but it does help, because sometimes we're just not sure what we should be doing or what we should be working on for ourselves. And we all have certain attributes and certain traits. And I've just finished writing a book about it. Hopefully will be published soon. And it's called Resilience and Courage, the Key to Endurance. And it talks about what traits we need to not just possess, but use to feel better every day. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Remember your I am grateful, your deep breathing, and then we're going to go into meditation just now. So I'd like you to sit comfortably if you can, and because you want to just relax a bit, but keep the back straight and your shoulders down, and close your eyes, because we're going to think and imagine this. So it's a nice exercise. So if you close your eyes, I want you to imagine the setting of the golden sun. Now, this meditation is absolutely superb for feeling content, for feeling grateful for what you have, and feeling confident. So if you can close your eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose, count to 3, and then out through the mouth. Now imagine the setting of the golden sun. It's sitting high in the sky. The colour is bright yellow. It's vibrant. It's vivid. The rays are shimmering, shining all around you. You watch the sun slowly setting below the horizon. The colour is fading from red to golden orange, then pale yellow. As it sets below the horizon, the sky slowly turns darker until it deepens to a midnight blue, scattered with silvery stars. You feel content. You feel confident. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Hold, and then out through the mouth. Breathe in again to the count of 3. Hold, and then out through your mouth. As you exhale, you can slowly open your eyes and you can say, I feel content. I feel confident. I am grateful. And once you've completed that, you can open your eyes. Hopefully you're feeling a bit calmer and that you're feeling better about yourself and that you've enjoyed today's talk. Don't forget to private message me with your number. I'm happy to tell you what perhaps you should be working on. It's lovely again receiving lots of positive comments from people, and I thank you so much for that, because that keeps me going as well. And enjoy today. Remember, have a thirst for a change of mindset, a thirst for things that are positive. Love speaking to you all again. Now, tomorrow is going to be Forgiving Friday. So if there's anything you want to tell me or drop me a line on a comment, and please let me know. But thanks everybody for watching, and speak to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Okay, bye.